Everything you want in life is just outside your comfort zone. Everything you want in life is just on the other side of fear. So if there are things that show up in your mind because you're scared, but you know it's the right thing, take that in. Yesterday, or excuse me, 2 days ago, I did the entrance that you just saw I did, right? Stand up, I'm writing my song. Oh, good morning. All that, like 2 days ago when I did it, I've never done that in my life. Like it was a song I created like 2 years ago, but I was reading the room. I'm like, what kind of energy do I want to bring? I should do my song. Then my mind went, I don't know if I should do the song. What if I forget the lyrics? What if they don't even clap? What if they look at my weak behavior? What if they go, what in the heck is he doing? Right? But I, number one, made that bold choice. And number two, I said, just do it. I think I got it right. And then I came in and I had a different way of starting. And then Billy said, you got to start it with a song. I was like, it's called the Good Morning song. Just do it. And I told Lloyd, I said, how should I start? He said, do the song. I said, it's a good morning song. He's like, every moment here in the Philippines is a good morning, right? And I was like, I don't know. But again, it's about making bold choices. And this is worth saying, everybody may not agree with what you're doing because they're not doing it. But if it feels good for you and it's going to help you up-level your success, just do it. And if you fail, remember you're finding answers in life. And remember, if you fail, you're taking one step forward to success. Boom. All right. Embrace change. Goals, ritual, exceed expectation. Is that what I said? Embrace change. That's right. Embrace change, and then the end is now. I brought it NOW before, but N stands for now. It's actually two N's that I have in mind that I came up with. So now, what I mean by now is stop waiting, stop delaying, stop waiting for the right moment, the right person, the right investor, the right business partner, the right situation to happen for you to do what you know you need to do. Because we all know what to do, but we don't always do what we know. And so, actually, I want us to do this right now. I want you to write down, I'll keep it simple. I want you to write down 3 things that you're going to do in the next 7 days that's going to up-level your business. I want you to write down what you're going to do in the next 7 days that you know is going to up-level your business. Does that mean making 50 calls? Does that mean sending thank you cards to those past clients? Does it mean going to a networking group? Does it mean talking to Billy for some advice? Does it mean to show up to meetings that you haven't showed up to before because you were busy? So right now, whether it be on your phone or on paper, write down at least 3 things you're willing to do, committed to doing this week to elevate your business. Okay? I'll give you 1 minute. I'll give you 1 minute to do it. Write down 3 things that you're going to do, that you're committed to doing within the next 7 days that will up-level your success in your business. For the sake of time, I'll give you about 20 more seconds. start wrapping that up. For the sake of time, please stop writing. And if you want to add more to this list later on, you're more than welcome to it, obviously. So with the people next to you, I want you to just share what is one thing you're committed to doing within the next 7 days. Okay? I'll give you 30 seconds to share with the person next to you. If you see somebody that doesn't have a partner, like include them in your group. Okay? So just share one thing. If we're still talking, and we're not done yet, you can share another thing. What is one thing you're committed to doing in the next 7 days? And if the other person hasn't spoken yet, give that person the opportunity to share and speak. I'll give you about 20 more seconds to wrap this up. What is one thing that you're committed to doing? All right. Go ahead and high five the person that you shared with. High five the person. High five. Cool. All right. So I'm an observer of life. I observe a lot of things. I observe myself when I do things. Again, I do not just things, I've heard about the ordinary, and I know about the extraordinary, but I also do things that's out of the ordinary, right? I observe myself. Let me back up here. So when I thought about public speaking, motivational speaking, I thought I had to be a certain way, right? But I felt like I wasn't being myself. I said wearing a hat is being myself. I'm not going to turn in a shirt. That's not me. I'm just going to let it loose. I'm going to talk with my hands in my pocket. So just use me as a model for not the way to speak in front of people, right? So I observe that. I'm very aware of myself. Self-awareness is key. But what I observed in this room is I observed the note takers. I observed the people that shared. I observed the people that did take notes. But when I said it's time to share, they just stood there and sat there and didn't do anything. And I observed some of the people that even though I said, go ahead and write one thing down or 3 things down, and I saw some faces just looking at me still. And I said, yeah, just write 1 to 3 things that you're committed to doing so you can up levels of your success. All right, now share with the group. Right. We're observers because I guarantee you, you're observing me. You're just observing everything. And then you might take that action out there. But just know this. This is what blew my mind on how I grew personally. What you do in this room, how you show up in this room, is how you show up in other areas of your life. How you show up in this room. So out there is generalizing. This may not be for everybody. But just generalizing the whole thing. If you're, sitting back, kind of quiet, and not really taking action, what other areas in your life where you're sitting back and not taking action? Right? For others, for those that are action takers, note takers, think about in other areas of your life where you are committed, doing something new. You're willing to take on the challenge. Again, this is just all self-awareness. There's no judgment at all. Because me, I was a person that would just sit, observe. What are they going to teach me? Am I going to learn from this person? Why is he doing this? Is he succeeding at the levels that I want, and on and on? But I learned that by allowing myself to be myself, to learn and be open to new experiences, allowed me to awaken my greatness within. So as you go about tomorrow and the days forward, think about how you can challenge yourself to open up and to try something new, to step outside your comfort zone. So what does the G stand for?
Goals.
What is it?
Goals.
What does the R stand for? Ritual, routine. Good. Are you guys familiar with like Family Feud?
Yes.
This is what it feels like right now. I'm just observing that. What's number one?
Goals.
Number two?
Rituals.
Number three?
Excellence.
Excellence. Number four?
Encouraging.
And number five?
Now.
Do it now. Now. Another end that I won't go into, and I kind of talked about it, is doing something new. Like do something new every day. And new. It could be now or new, or it could be both. Do something new every day. That will grow you. All right. So I know my time's wrapping up here, but I do feel called to go back to the story I was gonna get into about like why. What is my why that makes me cry? All right. So I remember I was doing a workshop in South Carolina, in the United States. And then I get a call from my mom that my dad was sent to the hospital. And if you knew my dad's the Filipino dad. He's tough. If he gets hurt, he doesn't put a band-aid on it. He toughens up. Right? If he breaks something, he'll just let it go and just go on and move forward. Or he'll make up his own band-aid or cast, right? He'll just get creative. But he will never go to the hospital because there was like pride, right? So when I found out he did go to the hospital, I knew it had to be something serious. So I call my dad after the workshop, and I go, "Hi, Dad." And he goes, "Hi, Anak." And I go, "How are you feeling?" And then there was silence. And I could hear him crying on the other side of that line. And I've never heard my dad cry. And then he goes on to say, "I wish you were here with me." Of course, that broke my heart. Fortunately, the next day I fly out to California, to visit him in the hospital. And he's just laying in the bed, tubes up his nose. Mom's talking to him. You know, I'm sitting down, just kind of watching and observing this situation. But he's live, right? He's talking. And then I start to think, is my dad gonna still live? Is my dad gonna see me achieve the things that I said I was gonna achieve? Is my dad gonna see the legacy that I'm going to continue, that he's created? And so I had this concern, this worry, because my dad worked so hard, was committed to doing what he needed to do to raise his family. And if it wasn't for my dad, I would not be here today. Fortunately, through prayers, through surgery, my dad got better. Well, here's the honest truth, and I don't share this with a lot. I do see my dad getting older. Right? I see my mom getting older. You know, in my head, I think like, oh, family's gonna live forever, and I've had friends and family who passed away. I feel like my parents are gonna live forever. And so, as I observe life, I see them dwindling away. They're not as present. And so anytime I spend time with my parents, I value that time because they mean the world to me. I I even sit down with my dad, ask him, like literally ask him these questions, even though I know some of those answers. I go, Dad, what was it like growing up in the Philippines? He'd say, we didn't have anything. We were working in the farms. We had all the brothers who were working in the field. And he's just taking me back to what it was like for him. And it makes me realize I'm taking a lot of things for granted. And so when I go out there and speak, when I'm out there empowering people, I think about my dad, I think about my mom, I think about my nephews, my sister, my cousins, I think about my wife, I think about the kids that we'll have in the future, I think about the people, the generations after me. Because if I don't understand my purpose, I'm just living life without purpose. And so my family gives me purpose. And so my question to you is, who gives you purpose? What's your why? So right now I want you to go ahead and put any notes down, your papers. If you have your bags or anything like that, just go ahead and put them on the floor. We're going to go just do a quick exercise. And even though I know I said that, some of you guys are going to still keep your notebooks and purses on your lap. And I want you to sit up in your chair. And go ahead and take a deep breath with me. Let it out. Take one more deep breath. Let it out. Just for a few moments, go ahead and close your eyes. Turn it down. Turn it down. Lower it, please. Lower it down. Just let it simmer. Sorry about that, guys. Lower. Lower. Take a deep breath, everyone. Perfect. Let it out. And I want you to think about the people in your life. Turn it down just a little bit. The people that bring you joy, that make you smile. And I want you to think about one of those people. Imagine them sitting right in front of you right now. Is it your son, your daughter, one of your parents? And again, this person could be somebody that's here with us today, or they might have passed on. And if they are in front of you right now, what would you say? Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I miss you. What else do you want to share with them? And now I want you to think about how you think they would respond, or what message they want to share with you. Are they saying, I miss you too? Are they saying, thank you? Or are they saying, keep on going, you're on the right track? You're doing a great job. Go ahead and imagine yourself giving that hug to that person, saying thank you. Imagine that person walking away. And I want you to take in what they just said and And go ahead and, if you have a notebook or wherever you're taking notes, go ahead and grab that. Or it might be your phone. Because right now, I want to give you this opportunity to write a letter, a thank you letter, a gratitude letter to this person, whether it be your parents, family member, cousin, best friend. You express gratitude. And again, this person can be with us or they might have passed on. But I'll give you 2 minutes. This is between you two, so I'm not going to make you share with the person next to you or anything like that. So this is something special between you and that person. Okay? So I'll give you about 2 minutes. Go ahead. If you feel like you can't finish this letter and you want to take it home or continue after this event, please, you're more than welcome to. For the sake of time, I'll give you about 1 more minute or so.